started the Storm Cellar, we definitely wanted to create a business plan. Even though we knew those things fall apart as soon as you hit reality, you know, like you can say, I think our marketing spend is going to be this, and then you open and it's totally different. You want that something to compare reality to. We also had seen people start businesses and not know if they were succeeding or failing. And because you think of the business as an extension of who you are, and you put so much time into it, you have that sunk cost fallacy where you're like, I can't give up because I've spent so much money and time on this thing. And we wanted to know, like, we wanted to have specific metrics, like this is what it would look like if we were succeeding. Like this is what we want this business to do, and working backwards from there, this is what that looks like. And we were able to break it down to, like, this is how many hours we're open in the week, so this is how many sales we have to do per hour, like, which means that an average size sale we need to do X sales per day. So we could look at that like day to day in that first year, which was super critical. It was like, what kind of aesthetic can you create with no budget? Well, you can go to salvage yards and thrift stores and you can do the like industrial thing pretty easily. What's the highest impact we can achieve with the smallest budget? I think we learned with the Storm Cellar that you can't pack too many ideas into one thing. Like, I don't know if you found this to be true, but like I have tons of ideas that I want to see in the world, and entrepreneurs usually don't have a shortage of ideas, and so the temptation is to like stick too many ideas into one concept. Yeah. So I try to let the Storm Cellar be the Storm Cellar and like make it the best used clothing store that it can be. But there are tons of other things that I would love to do. It's the same thing. You meet people sometimes who are very protective of their ideas, and I've reached a point where I've realized that ideas are not the hard part. It's the executing on the ideas. So I'm very free with my ideas, because if somebody else does something that I, have intended to do, then I'm happy. I think when we started off, we didn't have a lot of resources like connections, and I was really loath to like go and talk to people. And I've realized now that people are really happy to talk about their experiences, because this can be kind of isolating. Like, I don't know that many used clothing store owners. So your experiences, your crazy customer service stories, or feel like you can't share them with anyone. So when people like you ask me about my experiences, I'm really eager to share them. And I've realized that that's the case with my small business peers. And something I didn't take advantage of early. So I felt like I was very much alone. Like I felt really isolated. And we were also very undercapitalized when we started, and it took a while to build that up. Oh, also my age, man, it was super hard to find a place to lease. And I'm a big fan of trying business concepts that don't take a lot of capital. Like this with the consignment model, the second-hand thing is a pretty low capital endeavor, which is part of why we did it. Yeah, I mean, I think early, there are ways to make businesses where you build them small and then you grow over time to test out the viability. Starting a business that doesn't need a lot of capital, making a really solid business plan is a good way to get capital. It's like when you own your thing, you feel you feel such a connection to it that ideally coming to work doesn't feel like work. You're like, yes, I'm really excited to be working on this thing. Yeah, highly recommend.